times on offense. He's shown star qualities ever since he stepped into the NBA. It wasn't until last season that he was voted to the All-Star game.
The Kings have made 3 of 5 free throw attempts. And back to Cousins last year. He was the first Sacramento King to appear in an All-Star game, which is hard to believe in over a decade. That is a long stretch, a long drought.
I'll tell you what, no question he's been doing a lot of heavy lifting here early in his career. But I tell you what, you surround him with some sick talent, and I can see rings in this young man's future.
Now here's Rondo. They lead by their biggest margin of the game, 9. Pushing it up. Here's Ellington. Hammers it home to polish off the break.
Tell you what, that was all made possible by the heads-up defense at the other end.
And I love that as soon as they get their hands on the basketball, they immediately get out in transition.
And here's Rondo. After the basket by Brooklyn, kicks it to Cousins. To the inside, here's Gay. Johnson with the defensive effort. Nets trail by 7. Here's Larkin. Young, a screen on Rondo. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Marco Bellinelli. That'll be his second foul of the game.
He's jammed himself up a little bit here with that second foul. As long as he can avoid a third before the half, I think he's fine.
The Nets making a switch here. Sloan's checked in. Now here's Lopez. He's coming off a 13-point game against the Rockets in Houston. For 3, Ellington. And it's Sacramento with the rebound. Cousins has got his 5th rebound right now in the game. Shot's good by Gay.
He always knows where his teammate's going to be, and Kevin, that will let him put the ball where he wants it, right waiting for him.
Here's Sloan. Still getting warmed up offensively. No buckets yet in the game for him. Ellington from outside. And again, it's the Nets missing. Kings leading now by 9. Bellinelli dishes to Rondo. High post Cousins. 6 on the shot clock. Gay in the corner. Another miss by Gay.
This shot's just, it's not there right now. With this team leading, perhaps, let's focus on some other areas of the game.
Here it is again. On a lot of their possessions this first half, they've established great position inside.
Yeah, just getting the ball into the post has to be option number 1 for them right now.
The Nets shooting the 6th attempt at the free throw line tonight.
And they were 75% from the line a season ago. And listen, the Nets had an up and down year on offense last season, but the one thing they always did was finish their drives. Very good at getting things to drop off the bounce. That was a strength last season.
Now here's Gay. 23 points for him the last game against Detroit.
Yeah, and he also did a great job on the backboards, Kev, and that also was a factor.
And he gets it to go. Now just a 4-point Sacramento lead. We're just over 2.5 minutes into the second quarter. For the Nets, and they're driving, they were fantastic, Clark. 2nd in the league last year in field goal percentage off those drives.
And a big reason for that is the strength and size of their guards, because they all can finish in traffic, and that's how you get high shooting percentages. You have to make tough shots against contact.
And so it's Brooklyn with it. The Kings getting the bucket. Lopez outside. Ellington kicks to Young, and he uses both hands to jam it in.
How about that fantastic finish and the aggressive move too, Kevin?
Trying to send a message, Clark, with that slam, I think.
And I'm not sure if it was text or email, but he definitely threw that one down.
And here's Rondo. After the basket by Brooklyn. Pass to Cousins. Can't get it to go. Good D by Lopez. Nets trail by 4. And here in the second quarter of action as we approach 4 minutes played. Now here's Ellington. He's got 7. Shot clock at 6. 9 feet out. Lopez, no luck. Sacramento leading by 4. Outside Rondo. Charity stripe shot. Cousins, no good.
And as far as jump shots go, that's what you have to continue to try and get.
I don't know how that one stayed out.
Sloan passes to Lopez. Puts it up from 12, and that's off the glass and in. Lopez has got 4 points this quarter.
Still trailing, but their offense is off life support here in the second quarter. It's got a pulse.
Good point, Clark. They're starting to make some shots, looking to try and get back in this one.
Shots good by Gay.
And no matter who it is, that kind of D isn't going to get it done.
Nets trail by 5. Lopez a screen. And Sloan kicks to Johnson. Dishes it to Young. Got a piece of it. And up the court come the Kings on the break. Bellinelli's got the ball. And it's Rondo in the corner. Gay outside. And the rebound goes to Lopez. Lopez has got his 3rd rebound tonight. Clark, they've been looking out of sync offensively.
You know what? A basket here would do a lot for their confidence.
Young, right side. That misses off the backboard. Sacramento leading by 5. Outside Rondo. He dishes it to Cousins. He kicks to Bellinelli. And there's the pass to Rondo. Lopez with the steal. Oh, and a fast break for the Nets. Here's Ellington. Now that's how to finish the break. Throw down with force.
Great anticipation and awareness to come up with the steal and trigger the fast break.
And now just a one-possession game thanks to that quick hitter. Outstanding play in the open court.
Sacramento's gone 1 of 2 on 3-pointers here in the second quarter so far. Rondo kicks to Gay.
Oh! That athletic.
Yeah.
Punches it down with pop.
Rubs it in. It looks like a little deeper with the hanging finish.
I tell you what, they are not backing off at all, are they?
And the replay, of course, presented by Kia. What a play. One thing you can say about Rajon Rondo's career, he's come up big in the biggest of games, had 6 steals in the closeout game that gave Boston its 17th championship. Remember that back in 2008 for Coach Doc Rivers?
I really do. And after that Boston win in the series against the Lakers, Phil Jackson called Rondo the star of Game 6. Everyone had always talked about the big 3 in Boston. That year, it was the big 4.
So it's Brooklyn now. Sacramento making their last shot.
And, you know, guys, on the topic of Rondo, you look at his playoff career now. I mean, in 2009, he averaged nearly a triple-double in the postseason. I mean, this guy has great instincts, but he has to have the ball to orchestrate the way he's most effective.
And going back to what we were saying, what you hope with Rondo is that he can get back to his full level of confidence. He tore the ACL in 13. He was traded in 14 and lost his way a little bit, but he's still young enough to have several really good years in front of him.
Here is Caspi, still getting warmed up offensively. No buckets yet in the game for him. Nets trail by 8. Brown outside. It's Reed high post. It's tipped and stolen by Cauley Stein. Here's Collison. Here's Koufos. And it's blocked by Brown. Here's Bogdanovich. He's covered by Collison. The 3-ball. And the basket good. Bogdanovich has got himself going there. His first points of the game on the deep ball. Kings leading now by 5. And there's the feed to Koufos. Passes it to Butler. There's the screen. Caspi for 3. No luck. And it's the Nets taking it the other way. Here's Bogdanovich. Picked by Bargnani. Bogdanovich dishes to Reed. He feeds it to Bargnani. And he tries off the glass, but it's no good. Sacramento's gone 2 of 4 from 3-point range so far in the second quarter. And that's out of bounds. Sacramento will retain possession.
And checking out some numbers here for Collison. Last year, getting it done. Put up about 16 points a game, 5 assists, and 3 rebounds. Backup point guard, always an important position, and he fills that role beautifully.
Yep, without a good floor conductor coming off the bench, your offense can quickly grow stagnant. He solves that problem.
Here's Larkin. The dish now to Bogdanovich. Pass to Reed. Nets passing it around. And Bogdanovich kicks to Bargnani. 8 feet away. And he can't bank that one in.
It's just been a brutal outing for him. He still hasn't managed to make a shot, and the team is struggling because of it.
Collison kicks to Kufis. Cauley Stein. And they're able to recover. And good work on the boards. They pick up the second chance points. Nets trail by 7. Here's Larkin. Feeds to Bogdanovich. And it's Sacramento with the rebound. Kufis has got rebound number 5 here tonight. The Kings were off to a hot start last year, but things certainly fell apart midway. A big factor in that was the messy firing of their coach, Mike Malone.
Yeah, really, that firing came out of nowhere to the fans and the players, and seemed odd to fire a coach that has been leading his team to good basketball.
Now here's Collison. Kicks to Cauley Stein. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him.
You know, guys, in a draft that had a lot of top-tier big men as the top picks, Willie Cauley-Stein is a little bit the forgotten man, if you will. But he can be a very impactful player now and down the road as well.
Robinson's checked in for Brooklyn. Greg, with Cauley-Stein, his defense is the first thing that you notice. Very adept at shot blocking already. Does a lot of things, Clark, very well.
But, Kevin, I think it's his agility and the way he moves his feet defensively as a 7-footer. He literally can defend all 5 positions.
That's a great point. His perimeter defense, I mean, against smaller players, something to behold.
Outstanding.
Here's Kufis. After the basket by Brooklyn. Clock at 6. Wide open. Cauley-Stein kicks to Collison. Plenty of daylight on that shot. Collison's got the lead up to 10 now for the Kings.
Just a solid performance on the interior. The rebounding has been off the charts.
Yeah, you look across the board, it's actually sizing up, shaping up to be a great game. I mean, strong performances throughout, and they've really been strong on the glass.
The kick out to Brown. Back to Reed. 17-foot shot on the way. And it's good, but hold on. The officials may want to look at that one on the replay monitor. And the teams are going to have to wait before heading to the locker room. They're going to bring out the monitor and see if he got that shot off in time.
And the replay center out in Secaucus delivering the footage. And guys, it sure looks like the shot left his hands just a moment too late.
Yeah, this one pretty clear cut. I don't think there's much question about it. He didn't get it off in time. I'm sure the officials are going to agree with that.
And they've seen enough. The basket will not count. The quarter has come to an end before the shot.
Still important to have a second look at it, Kevin. I mean, the technology's available, so you might as well use it.
Absolutely. And so that brings the first half to a close. Kings ahead.
Well, Karan, tell us a little bit about the philosophy and style of the team in terms of what's most important to its identity.
Defense, getting stops and, getting rebounds, limiting the second chance points and getting out of transition and getting into a flow ball game. And that's our style.
Karan, thank you for your time as always. Guys, back to you.
Thank you, Doris, for that interview, and we'll see you back here after the break for the third.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Well, 2 quarters down, 2 to go. Welcome back, Ernie Johnson, Shaquille O'Neal, and Kenny the Jet Smith as we start breaking it down for you. It's Sacramento with the advantage at the half. They lead by 10. Shaq, give me your take.
The three-point shot was their best friend. I agree with the strategy. When it's working, take advantage of it. I don't really like it. Live by the jumper, die by the jumper. But tonight, they're living, and they're living good, baby.
And Kenny, what are your thoughts on Brooklyn?
To me, they looked out of sync shooting the basketball. Under 40% for the first half. Some of it was poor shot selection, but mostly it just looked like they were out of rhythm. For the second half, they need to push more for buckets in transition. Get to the foul line a little bit more. Try to get back in the flow.
And that's going to do it for now as the second half is almost ready to get started.